Muscle cramps. Have you ever experienced that excruciating pain, usually on your hamstring in a Spartan race, that stop you on track, holding on to your hamstring and hoping that you're not screaming too loud? If that ever happened to you, it's perfectly normal. In fact, muscle cramp affect over 50% of healthy individuals, and it appears to affect endurance athletes more. Hey guys, I'm Coach Justin, and in this video, I'm going to share with you guys what exactly causes muscle cramp and what are the steps that you can do to prevent it. So there are many theories out there on what causes cramp, ranging from flexibility issue, caffeine intake, to the environment. But in this video, I'm going to share with you guys 3 of the most common theories out there. First off, we have the electrolyte imbalance, second one is dehydration, and the third one is neuromuscular fatigue. So before we begin, I just want to let you guys know, as of now, no one knows for sure what exactly causes cramp. That's why we have all these theories out there. However, scientific evidence are mounting, and hopefully in the near future, we will understand muscle cramp more. So that being said, let's get started. Electrolyte imbalance theory. Now this is definitely one of the most common theories out there, and you might have heard of it from a fellow Spartan racer. In fact, did you know that one of the mandatory items for you to have on during a Spartan Ultra is either an electrolyte tablet or a salt stick? But how strong is this theory? Now, there are many research done on endurance athletes where they measure the electrolyte concentration in their body before the race, during the race, and after the race. And what they found out was there wasn't any clinically significant connection between muscle cramping and electrolyte imbalance. So it may not be, electrolyte imbalance may not be a cause of cramp. Next up, we have dehydration theory. So based on this theory, it's believed that dehydration causes cramping. However, there have been research done on athletes where they let the athletes sweat out up to 5% of their body weight, but there wasn't any significant difference or connection between dehydration and muscle cramping. So based on this, we can kind of safely say that dehydration isn't a direct cause of cramping. And lastly, we have neuromuscular fatigue theory. So based on this theory, neuromuscular overload and fatigue result in an imbalance in our muscle receptor, causing our muscle to contract involuntarily, which is cramping. What that basically means is, if you were to overwork your muscle, it's gonna go haywire. Alright, so now that we have gone through 3 of the most common theories out there, here are 3 things you can do to reduce your risk of cramping. Tip number 1. Train specifically and condition yourself better for an upcoming race. Now, the keyword here is specific. If you were to train yourself to run on a flat ground, you're going to get better at running on a flat ground. If you train yourself to cycle, you're going to get better at cycling. So we all know that, let's take Spartan race for example. We know that we are going to carry a sandbag and probably run up a hill. Now, if you are not used to this level of intensity, and when you are tasked to do it in a Spartan race, you are going to burn out your muscle. The intensity is going to shoot up, and the demand that you are required to exert is much higher. You're gonna fatigue your muscular system, and well, based on the third theory, muscle cramping is gonna set in. Tip number 2, electrolyte balance. Now I know that I mentioned there wasn't any clinically significant connection between muscle cramping and electrolyte imbalance, but if you look into the paper, there was a significant difference. It's just not clinically significant. So personally, I would incorporate electrolyte tablet, utilize all this kind of stuff during my race day, and I highly recommend you to do so. On top of that, if you are gonna consume water anyway, and if you're not replenishing your adding electrolyte into those water, it's gonna lead to hyponatremia, which is another problem that you really want to avoid. Tip number 3, stay hydrated. Now this is quite closely linked to tip number 2, in the sense that even though there wasn't any clinically significant difference found, but there may be some weight in it. And at the same time, dehydration has been shown to decrease performance, and if you can finish the entire race faster, you got less time to cramp out, So that's all for this video. I hope that you find it helpful and informative. If you do, I would really appreciate it if you can share it with your fellow obstacle course racer. Till then, I'll see you guys next time.